A UN report stated that the civilian casualties in Ukraine since the war began in February 22 all through to May 2025 is estimated to be around 13,000. That is the civilian casualties in Ukraine. And also a report from the Amnesty International stated also that just only in this administration from 2023 all through to 2025 that the estimated death in Nigeria stands around 10,000 to 20,000. Deaths caused by terrorist activities, deaths caused by government negligence. So that's to tell you that the death toll in Nigeria surpasses the civilian death in Ukraine. Ukraine, who is at war with Russia. So this to tell you that Nigeria is at war. We are at war with ourselves. This is an eternal civil war. Try to do a review on the number of terrorist activities that have taken place just in 2025. You'll be amazed the number of people who have been displaced. You'll be amazed at the number of people who have died. And all of these are human factors. All of these are negligence of the government, the infrastructural negligence. That is what all of these are. Now look at the situation in Yawata that I talked about last week, and how the government failure to handle the security challenges have cost so many lives and resulted to so many people being displaced, chased out of their communities. Now, before this incident happened, prior to this event that happened in Yawata, there was also an event that happened in May 28, a predictable, disastrous event that happened, MOKWA flood. The MOKWA flood is a predictable event that happened that have taken, as it stands now and still counting, more than 1,000 lives. More than 1,000 lives have gone. And above 200 confirmed deaths already, more than 700 missing. More than 700 missing. Those missing already cannot be found. So these figures are just controlled figures put out there by media houses. The amount of deaths by people living in that community have surpassed 500 confirmed deaths already, and still counting. Now, if you go deep, not really deep to these issues that caused the MOKWA flooding, you'll be amazed that it's all infrastructural negligence by the governors of the state, by the politicians who are supposed to bring the dividends of democracy to the people. You will see that it was avoidable. Even the Punch newspaper, in one of the articles titled, I think the title of the article, MOKWA Flood, the predictable tragedy. That's to tell you that everything that happened in the MOKWA flood was also something that would have been able to be prevented and saved lives. But the government, because they gamble with the lives of Nigeria, the government, because they do not place value to the lives of Nigeria, allowed these people to suffer. Now, what they would do with this event, just like what they did in Yawata, so they'll use that event now, structural and arts to do campaign, political campaign, to get gains for themselves, just like what the governor did in Yawata. That he allowed those children to stand along the road under rain to welcome the president, a state that is mourning, and deprive those children from going to school because he want to roll out the red carpet for the president. But these students, when he tell me they don't go school, he lie them out for under rain, make their day, they welcome them, and water will be splashed on these kids. That's to tell you that all what they care about is themselves. They don't really understand or care about you. So this is worrisome. It is a troubling time for Nigerians, because Nigeria is sitting on a time bomb. Any small thing, if you just trigger, now, by that time it will become too very, very late. Too very, very, very late. Now, the MOKWA situation is alarming. The MOKWA situation is so disastrous that if you want to see everything that happened, say you want to sit and talk about it, you'll be blown away because of how such things not supposed to happen for that kind of state. Number one, MOKWA community is in Niger State. And Niger State have 4 major dams. Niger State have 4 major dams. Kaiji Dam did there, the Jabat Dam did there, and the Shiroro Dam did there, and Wanda Dam. 4 major dams. And if you want to state out the benefits of having dams in the host communities, one of the benefits is one, it provides adequate water supply, both for domestic purpose and also for irrigation purpose. It's farming. It means such environments or communities, when they are around this environment, not go there. Only them alone feel handle the food situation in Nigeria. That only those communities and states, when they are around those dams, supposed to take care of Nigeria's situation. They're not supposed to suffer for food scarcity in any way or in any form. 4 major dams there for one state, and yet that state not get adequate water supply. Would you believe that Niger State have been suffering for inadequacy of water supply for more than 40 years? That the government, despite they spend billions of dollars, they've not been able to solve the problem. In a state that have 4 dams, say this country now, serious problem this country dey, so that this country dey in a serious mess. A state won't get 4 dams. Because having a dam in your state means you don't solve farming problem. Irrigation, see that place, everything go well. That is one. 2, those people going to enjoy water for house uses, for domestic purpose. And also, another important benefit of dams is dams helps to control erosion and flooding. There are states when get dams not supposed get issues when be regards to flooding or erosion. Those kinds states not supposed to express. And then imagine a state when get 4 dams. Now this to tell you that the causes that resulted to the death in MOKWA communities were just the failure of the government. It has nothing to do with climate change. When they come out, the president, the federal government, they come out, and the government, they come out, they talk, say is the causes of the MOKWA flooding is climate change. How? How is it climate change? Why is it that everything is being tied to climate change? In short, from research, in the past 100 years, the Earth's surface temperature have only changed by 1%, just 1 degree Celsius. That is just the change, the difference that has happened in the Earth's surface temperature for 100 years. So you discover that all the things when they happen, when we they lie to, they use climate change, they cover up. Now things when be saying our own failure. Why would you come out and say the MOKWA situation was due to climate change? Now let's dig deep first. Now before I lay out the causes of the MOKWA situation, the MOKWA flooding, I want to tell you the effect, the damage of the MOKWA flood, because sometimes we need to understand it with perspective. We need to get a proper understanding of it with the fact that surround the situation, because if you just see for picture like that, you're just flashing, because that's what the mainstream media is good at. Give you a flash of this event, and they find a way to dye it, find a way to manage it, because the media houses, the mainstream media is working hand in hand with the government of the day. So they do control information, control figures. The figures when they put for there say is 200. Eyewitness, people living in that community say it's more than that. I'm going to give you a lot of facts and information about the MOKWA situation, so may you know what don't really happen. Now, from information around there, let me state first of all the 4 dams in Niger State. 4 dams: the Kaiji Dam, the Shiroro Dam, the Jabat Dam, the Zunjiru Dam. So these are the 4 dams in those states. Let me state some of the damages of what has happened to the situation in MOKWA. Firstly, over the information released by the media houses, like if I want to follow up, they say over 200 confirmed deaths. That should be able to tell you that it don't for them to put such figure, it means now like times 3 or times 4. Then they say more than 700 missing. More than 700 missing. You should be able to know from this that if they're able to agree that it's up to 700, it means now like times 2 or times 3, more than like 2,000 persons already missing. They say more than 3,000 people displaced. If you also want to work with the information, because every information when released by these media houses have a lot of disinformation and misinformation. So if you want to follow up and say you want to really to give an estimated figure or what you think would be the number of people displaced, it should be like times 2 or times 3. Now, do you know what I want to, before I talk more about the MOKWA situation, let me give you something that I found out when I was going through the UN report. And this is why it is a serious situation. The Yawata situation that saw the lives of many of our brothers and sisters going to the Great Beyond as a result of terrorist activities by the jihadists that happened in Benue State, that the UN officials decided to set up a new IDP camp, the internal displaced people camps, to be able to receive the 101 households that were affected because they were not displaced, pushed out of their communities. That in less than 24 hours, the officials recorded that a 10-year-old girl was sexually assaulted. You see the effect of how this action, when this person do, you see how it don't affect so many things when it don't affect this girl being vulnerable. Then just imagine if in 24 hours the UN officials or the officials of these IDP camps could record one situation of a girl that was sexually assaulted, then blow her out. May you see, like, if in 24 hours they're able to record one, try to blow her out in a week or blow her out in a month and run her. May you see a runner with the number of IDP camps when they for that locality, or runner with the number of IDP camps when they for the northern part of Nigeria, in terms of trying to understand the vulnerability of these IDP camps and the possibility of this situation happening in all these IDPC camps. You discover, say, if you create all of them, it go to reach like close to 30 to 40 situations, similar situation of sexual assault when they happen for these IDP camps. Waiting result to this. The actions, the failure of the government to put the things that needed to put in place, the basic amenities that needed to put in place that would have secured the lives of these children. They don't use the money to do their personal matter, leaving these people to be vulnerable. Insecurity challenges have put these people out of their community, and because of the place where they found themselves, now the kids are now vulnerable. You see just the kind of atrocities when they happen for these IDP camps. In less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. Now let's go back to the MOKWA situation. Now also, the reason why I'm talking about the MOKWA situation, though I'm supposed to talk about it before the Yawata, was, I think, it didn't come up my mind, but let's go back to some of the things some of the facts that I had there. 265 houses destroyed, 503 households destroyed. In Yawata community in Benue State, it was recorded that the IDP camp that received the number of displaced, they were able to house 101 households. Now you see the situation in MOKWA, in Niger State, 503 households affected. 503 households affected. So just do the maths. May you see the number of people when they displaced. Just this flooding that would have been able to be managed, a state that have 4 major dams. 4 major dams. They suffer for flood and inadequate water supply. Now let's break down into the causes of trying to understand what has happened in MOKWA flooding better. Let's try to dive into more facts about what has happened to MOKWA flooding, the MOKWA community. Now let me state some of the facts here. One of the facts, in stating some of the facts, let's look at the causes of MOKWA flooding. Now we've ruled out that climate change has nothing to do with what happened in MOKWA. The MOKWA situation has nothing to do with climate change. Now the causes that the causes of the MOKWA flooding. One is inadequate drainage system, inadequacy in the drainage system. Now, if you want to find some synonyms, some words when you fit to run up with the inadequacy. Inadequacy also means poor, insufficient, and these are all factors, or these are all characterization when you identify Nigeria project. That the government, they do poor infrastructural projects. That the government, they do projects when they're supposed to make like 3, when go they sufficient enough to handle the situation they are trying to handle. They will run 1 instead of the 3 and eat the other one's money. And now, because of the pressure when they run can't get, it not go make and last long. You see how they work their plans. You see the plans of the government. And also what they do poor project. So I'm just trying to itemize what might have affected the drainage system. Why the drainage system collapsed. Some of the ones that they try to do, the poor, are incomplete, and are insufficient. So, and that is what the government later agreed that one of the reasons, one of the cause of the flood is the inadequacy in the drainage system. They don't finally accept them, but lives don't go. These lives now, so now nobody if you do anything to bring them back. I can tell you that at the end of the day, if someone do a proper investigation, dive into the situation of MOKWA flooding, maybe like 3 or 4 months after now, you'll discover say the number of deaths if you don't reach like 7k or 8k. The number of people who don't die, whether don't confirm death. If you say one go investigate that place, you don't pass like 7k already, and nobody would talk about it. As the thing don't happen soon, it happen like May 28th. We don't almost forget about the situation. People don't die. Homes don't destroy because their son don't go, their daughter don't go. People's life don't end suddenly because of government failure. Now, because of time, another cause of the MOKWA flooding is the dams. They say one of the failure is the dams. The dam failed. The dam was unable to control the water current probably, and because of that one, it can overwhelm the dam. And as it overwhelmed the dam, maybe the dam can't break and can't allow water can flow into the city, can't flow into the community when near those dams, when they are around those community when house the dams. Probably that's what happened, because if the dam failed, it means it was not unable to control the water current, and that overwhelmed the dam, and the dam gave up, and probably that is what happened. That is one of the causes I've been able to identify. I was able to identify these causes by drawing up my own summary after reading like 7 newspapers, because everyone states one cause, one or the other. Some state 2 causes, but once you go through all of them, you say, okay, you can draw up a conclusion on the number, or draw a summary of the number of causes for the MOKWA flood. So I dropped like 5 causes. The other one is blocked River Dinya. That the River Dinya that houses the Shiroro Dam was blocked. The river was blocked. That is one of the cause. As the river not flow well sooner, it got fine. Water must definitely find road. You know, guy, you want to do water. If you don't give water road, water will give itself road. Maybe as the river block, instead of it to flow, it not can flow again. Water can decide to give itself road, can enter the community. This is one of the cause. Another one is deforestation. Now, deforestation is not just the problem in Nigeria. Deforestation is also a major problem in Africa, and one of the reasons why it is a major problem in Africa, it is a problem also caused by the government. I don't want to rule out. I don't want to pin it down to just to Nigeria situation. That's why I try to. That's one of the reasons why I have to say it's an Africa issue, because one of the things, if you want to put into cognizance, one of the reasons, or what is the major cause of deforestation in Africa, you discover, say, people, when they destroy the trees mostly, or when they use these plants mostly, they use that to generate energy. Not be say they use them for chairs and stuff like that. No, not before those things. The major cause of deforestation are people need energy, and to generate energy, they need wood, and I would go figure them charcoal, and I would charcoal if you generate energy. Because they say we get good electricity, 24 hours electricity, it will reduce people dependence on generating energy They go try other medium till they cook. They go try other medium till they do other things. So they need to generate energy, and that is one of the major factors for deforestation. The government is also need to create a policy, an avenue that will also encourage afforestation and forestation. The government, they do road. You don't know, say you go plant trees along the road. You don't know the benefit of having trees around the environment. Number one, it controls winds. And houses or environments when get a lot of trees, that environment going to enjoy fresh oxygen, because that is what the trees give us. You don't create policies that encourages afforestation, create policies that encourages forestation. So you see everything at the government issue. So one another cause again is for the MOKWA flood is unregulated construction. Now you see that unregulated construction is also a government issue. They say unregulated construction. For it to be unregulated, it means the officials who are supposed to issue out paper in redirecting the construction of buildings along waterways or in the community are contributing to the unregulated constructions by accepting money. Because for all these constructions, when you say they block the waterways, or when they block where water is supposed to pass through, or where drainage system is supposed to flow, or those when they build on top of drainage system, which is commonly one of the problem of Nigerians like to buy land for where go cause problem. Nigerians don't like land when they clear. They like land when get issue, or land when go cause issue, or land when they want to show say they get. You buy land for inside water, you want build house, apartment on top. Now you want use bad materials, but you don't care about the lives when this your building won't kill. Nigerians just they like to do those ones. But the truth is, every construction in an urban area, you must get paperwork. And this paperwork now government paperwork. So who they issue these people when they build these constructions, the paper to erect buildings that will block waterways, that will block drainage system? Is it not the government officials? Are they not members of the government? Why is the government complaining and say the cause of MOKWA flooding is on? You just say the government not really like us. And the funny thing is, despite us, everybody go cry out and make out all this stuff. Some of us now waiting there our mind now want to do. Now waiting there our mind now want to do. We are so full of plain sentiments in politics, and we don't realize that indirectly we are selling our birthright, because at the end of the day, that is what you sell. At every given time of our lives, in every aspect of our lives, we sell our birthright. Our selling our birthright is compromising. When you compromise to a situation that is against your belief, your value system, or your belief system, you know you are compromising. Compromising is selling your right, because you consider some benefit. Just same thing when Esau did. The reason why Esau has to compromise, not really reason say this thing when you want to get any effect for future. Now because if count them as count, because you want to achieve your immediate gratification, you want just achieve that your short-term goal, so now I go make you one compromise. So Esau wanted to compromise. Say, okay, might just this but wait till they feel, because you feel you can get it back, or you don't get consequences. So you compromise because you want to gain. Because truly, Esau not supposed to die if he not eat that porridge. He not supposed to die. It's just that he decided, if he say this boy na person one don't they oppressed before, maybe don't they do unto Jacob before time. So he just say, let me play this ball game again. No worry, na small boy, not at your oppressed and not at you done, because many other people, many elders or senior for the family, they do that to their younger ones. They try one way when they are playing a game, playing a fair game. They try one way to oppress and manipulate the game to favor them and make the younger one cry. But sometimes they know say at the end of the day, that smartness when you want to play, the younger one go outsmart you. That is what happened in the Esau and Jacob. And every time we compromise, we should know that we are selling our right, because time don't come for Nigeria when we start not just talking about issues, we start owning up to our responsibilities and doing it. Everyone is one, whether we like it or not. The Northerners and the Southerners, we are one. Something that bring us together. So what did happen for North, we need to talk about, and in as much as we need to talk about what did happen for South. And everyone should remove sentiment, remove politics, remove tribalism, remove religion out of it, and vote for your future. Vote Not just for yourself, because even if you try to change the situations in Nigeria right now, it's not going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4 years. Even if you want to start running it now, it's not, those changes are not going to be effective or effectual in 3, 4 years. We have a long way to go, but it is high time, it is time for us to begin to own on to our responsibility and doing what is right. Or else, you know, guys want Jack Parish. Not everybody go fit Jack come up for the nation. And we just see the situations for our brothers and sisters when don't jackpot, because majority of them when don't jackpot not really want jackpot. Now the situation for Nigeria and I make them jackpot, and if all these things are done rightly, that the government begin to effect the right policies and bring to bear basic amenities in Nigeria, that these our brothers and sisters when don't travel out, we definitely want to come back. It is a fact. If you discuss with them and talk to them and let them know that what will bring you back to Nigeria, they will tell you what will bring. It's just basic amenities. Like the reason why they spend and sell whatsoever thing they sell just to leave this country, it's just for basic amenities. Nobody say those places really better pass our place. It's just that place security is quite sure. There's good road, there's light, there's no generator when they disturb you, there's no say everything works, everything just works. But if you really want to ask them where they will fear at home, now for home, you can't fear at home in the place you migrate to, even if you have all the papers you think you have. Those papers are just going to have some privileges. Not be say really go put you from where it's supposed to put you. No. Where you feel free and express yourself as much as you want to express yourself is home. And it's just for the government to start doing the basic things. The basic things. Just doing the basic things go put us in the right track and bring those when get intellectual capabilities, because majority of the people in Don Japan are those when get sense pass us. Oh my God. So they will come back home and together we'll change Nigeria. Peace out.
Yeah, instead it be them, let it be me. Since I will die, inevitably, then let it be, that it be said, when I am dead. Some other was free, some other was fed, some other not me, was able to see that long as we live inside of a country where no one is safe, no one is safe. We only evade, try to escape the imminent doom, but closer the date looms. It comes for all. If we must go, then at least when we fall, when